Who the fuck is Olrek, and why does anyone care? Good question. Now, you'll have to bear with me for a moment because until recently, I didn't either. Apart from being a no-name such as myself and having a channel that predates the age of the majority of his audience, there isn't much history at all. He started his channel in 2008 but only began uploading a few years later in March of 2011 with unedited Call of Duty clips and various other games. What the hell am I watching? It wasn't until October of 2015 that Olrek would receive his first bit of success with a combat tutorial on Vermintide. I don't know much about it, I could honestly give a fuck about Warhammer, at me. In which the comments seem to sway back and forth about whether or not this is exploiting and glitching, or just an advanced tutorial for dedicated players who enjoy their virginity and aren't very effective in first-person combat. Either way, as of today's date, it's currently sitting at 41,000 views, which is still more than I've ever received, so maybe I should start taking notes. This wave of success would only slow down after switching up content, but the video itself would foreshadow future events if you weren't already familiar with what he's known for. Wink wink. His video would continue to see low to moderate success until finding his niche in the Tekken community, with art videos sketching himself in not safe for work or compromising pictures of himself with Devil Jin. I'm kidding, although I'm sure I'm not that far off. Stick with me. His second bout of success would come with a video titled Dragunov is Tekken, in which he shows his prowess for using the character. God, this is so fucking boring. I swear I'll get to the jokes in a moment. The video would receive positive reception with a handful of detractors. Coming from someone who knows little to nothing about Tekken, the video in question appears to be a player spamming the same button repeatedly in hopes of outsmarting the bots posing as actual online players. In fact, the cuts between rounds lead me to believe that this didn't always go his way. You can take your frustrations out on a chair and completely destroy it, but at the end of the day, it's still just a fucking chair, and somehow you managed to make that look difficult. He continued his success with the Tekken franchise all the way up to present day. I know the word success is a bit of a stretch, but with my videos reaching about the same level of popularity, I have to hold on to hope somewhere. So on the 25th of March, a Twitter user by the name of Just Relax Kid would create a Twitter post calling out Olrek for cheating by using Steam's screenshot feature to lag the game for his opponent and to secure wins in ranked play. From here, the allegations go so much harder, as it seems others were chiming in as to how frequently and how long he's been doing this. For those of you like me who could give a fuck about the online competitive matches, this is exactly what it may sound like. He's screenshotting repeatedly during opponents' combos to slow down the frame rate of the game, interfere with the connection, and hopefully stop the combo entirely in attempts to regain control of the match. He's glitching and using exploits to get the advantage. Does that sound familiar? Foreshadowing. This appears to have gained him a moderate amount of hate and infamy on Twitter and Reddit, and with a quick search of my own name into Google, I've learned that the only one who cares enough to talk about me is fucking me. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far, although I don't see how you could, maybe consider leaving a like, sharing the video with Olrek or someone with a diminishing hairline and pathetic comb over to let them know that you know that they ain't hiding that shit. Also, consider subscribing to help me reach my goal of 5,000 subs before the year is out, and maybe just consider leaving a comment and let me know how unfunny this video is, and tell me about how you want to see another 6 Erican video instead. I always love those comments. At this point, the Twitter drama would only get worse, as it seems that Olrek likes to talk a little trash and gets a bit petty when it comes to losing.
I see their little legs swimming in the ocean. I'm gonna their fucking feet. I'm gonna bite in your shit, and I'm gonna rip it the fuck off, and you're gonna stay the fuck down to where I send you.
Whoa, let's be clear. Just because you have the same male pattern baldness of 40-year-olds who like to get cucked by their wives does not translate to someone who is legally old enough to own their own home, but still gets grounded and forced to leave their door cracked when they have girls over. Don't worry, we all know you never have girls over.
God, the blade! Bitch-ass motherfucker!
And that sword at the end only reinforces my entire statement. Now, for those of you like me who aren't a part of the Tekken community, this might all seem like petty drama, not really worth the few minutes you've already wasted on the video so far. But for the players who enjoy a bit of competition and like to play their hand in ranked matches, I feel for them. To them, this is some ugly, hook-nosed cunt that probably smells like fentanyl, cat piss, and expired mustard, who isn't worth the shit he eats to get that smile. This is a person who ate the crayons in kindergarten so no one else could color with them. And having just graduated kindergarten, now he's out to ruin competitive matchmaking for everyone. It's not enough to look like an R.L. Stine monster come to life, he has to be just as fucking insufferable. And honestly, I'm here for them. That being said, he thinks the roasts on Twitter are pretty weak, and well, I like to think I know a few things about roasts. If Olrek ever does manage to get laid and they want him to eat ass, they can rest assured from his grin, his Twitter account, and his gameplay footage that they don't need to worry about cleaning beforehand, as this clearly isn't his first rodeo. I've seen deserts with more life than Olrek's scalp. Olrek's nose is more fucked than a meeting at Bad Boy Records. Olrek's frail white body makes DJ Qualls look like Rock the Dwayne's Johnson. Olrek has less hair than Weinstein had consensual sex. Less hair than Malaysian Flight 370 had survivors, less hair than his mother's pussy after I made her get that shit Brazilian waxed. Okay, that's enough. To be fair, if you are concerned about Olrek cheating his way into competitive tournaments, just one click over to his Shorts tab will reveal the answer, as if Olrek was having a conversation with himself on the subject. Now, as I've stated before, I sympathize for the community that has to deal with an open cheater who takes the fun out of the games and makes the game less likely to be played, but those hang-ups are left for the developers and Steam to work out themselves, otherwise risking future sales goals, diminishing player bases, etc. Entering a match and knowing you could face off against this literal dickhead could ruin your experience, but you have the power to not let him get to you. Remember, he has no skill. He'll be the next low-tier god, but even Dale had some skill at the game. Just rest assured knowing that while Olrek is in existence, in some backwards universe, there's a shriveled up cock slowly gaining facial features and growing hair. Apart from that, he's been outed for racial and homophobic remarks said on stream, which happens to be how he got banned from Twitch.
I understand why Hitler did what he did.
But at this point, that seems to be a running theme for shitty, toxic fighting streamers, or maybe just streamers in general. In conclusion, I'm happy to know that out there in the world exists children that are less illiterate than this fucking clown. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Remember to leave a like, share the video with Olrek's mother, let her know next time she'll be shaving that mustache. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below and share what kind of shampoo you think Olrek uses. A big shout out to my patrons, Jessica, Pulped Milk, George, and Jesse. Thank you to my fantastic editor and channel artist. Links will be in the description as always. But until next time, be well.